Hi guys, just about 5 years ago to the day I did a mushroom spore print, or a fungi spore print, probably wasn't a mushroom, and did a video on it. Had quite a few comments on it over the years, and by complete coincidence tonight I've got a comment on there from somebody asking me if you could use a store-bought one that's probably been through the refrigeration process. Because the one that I used was actually growing out there somewhere in my garden, and I spotted it one day, brought it in and did the spore print. So back to the question in hand. By complete coincidence, my wife bought these mushrooms today for our dinner tomorrow. So I've asked for special permission whether I can pinch one of them. Now, these are closed cup mushrooms, which means they're far from ideal, because you want ones that are nice and open. Let's just see if we can pinch that one, because they need to be open to disperse the spores from underneath. So I don't know whether this one will work at all. As I vaguely remember it, these do open up if you leave them alone, as they dry out. Whether they still need to be attached to the ground when they do that, I don't know. Whether it will still work even though these have been stored for some length of time. Does it tell us anything about it? No, it just says best before 8th of October. So, yeah, I don't know if this will work or not. I think if I just gently push that, that would actually come out. That still won't help, because we actually want it to open up so that the spores come out. I think what I'll do, I just happen to have a piece of white paper here, so I'll go upstairs where I've got my little setup for doing time-lapse pictures, and I'll stick that on there and just leave it, and we'll see what happens. It may be that it will dry out and open up a little bit, or it may be because it's been cut already, it's dead and the process won't happen. No idea, I've never tried it. So that's what I'll do. I'll go and stick this upstairs. I've got a little alcove or shelf where I do time-lapse stuff, and I'll stick it in there and leave it. I've set it up in my little cubby hole here for time-lapse. I'm trying a new time-lapse app on my camera, and I honestly can't tell if it's working or if it's locked up. So I'm just going to have to leave it. Come back in 24 hours, because that's what I've set it to do. Hi guys, had a question on one of my old videos. I think it was 2015. I did a mushroom spore print, which all you do is you put a mushroom face down on a sheet of paper, and over time the spores that are in the underside there make a pattern on the sheet of paper. Now, the mushroom I used was one I picked in the garden. It was literally just out there growing amongst the paving slabs, and I spotted it one morning, brought it in and put it on a piece of paper, and it made a very nice print. And had a question on it the other day, could you use ones you bought in the shops? Now, I don't know, because they do some sort of refrigeration to keep them cool and stop them progressing. So, as it happened, my wife had got this container of these closed cup mushrooms. So I've stuck one of them on a piece of paper, but I strongly doubt whether anything will happen. If these are left out in the field, the closed cup, which is the underside, will eventually open up and then the spores come out. But I don't know whether they'll actually open up now that they've been cut and refrigerated and left in the shop. So that's experiment number 1, which is going on at the moment. In the meantime, I've been to the shops myself and I bought this one, which, as you can see, is open. Again, it's one that's been picked already and stored, so I've no idea whether it will work. So, I mean, that's where the spores come out from these, I can't remember what they're called, these little leafy bits under there, or veins, fins, I don't know what you call them. So I'm going to put this one on a piece of white paper face down and leave that and see how it gets on. I would expect to have more chance of luck with this one, but even this one has been packaged, so I can see round here they've been, the veins or whatever they're called, have been flattened. The ones on that side don't look too bad. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and put that one on a piece of white paper and just leave it. Don't know how long I need to leave it, but that's what I'll do. I'll just leave it and we'll have a look at some time in the future and compare them. I mean, we're only talking a day or so, and then we might be able to answer the question as to whether you can use shop bought ones. Probably the best answer is to actually go out in the morning yourself and go and find them fresh. They grow all sorts of places, you know, even in town. It's rather a nice looking one. I would rather be eating it, but never mind. So there we are, a piece of white paper, and we'll just literally leave that like that. Thanks for watching. If you like that, then you might like this. And if you like this and that, you might like to subscribe over there.